I am here with George Makrides, right?
Right.
And I'm learning so much new stuff. Again, I'm meeting people in person that I've known on social for a while, and we've crossed a lot of paths, but I've never sat down and chatted with you.
Right.
You got some exciting stuff coming up. I just learned a lot about back in the day in Frederick, places I used to go and frequent when I was a little younger, which was the McCains and Players and Rabbit's Foot. That was all you and your family.
That's correct.
So a little history. Tell everyone that about how all of that came about.
My parents bought the Rabbit's Foot in 1976.
Yeah.
And I was still in college. When I got out of college, I helped them with it, and eventually took both the bars over in the early 80s.
And really created this family that you were saying that it was, if you worked for one, you worked for all. It was just all one big family.
Right. The employees went back and forth. It was fun.
Yeah. And then when did both bars close?
I sold the Rabbit's Foot 1995-ish, and then I closed the last incarnation of McCains in 2011.
Yeah. What was your favorite incarnation of that club?
Of which one?
Either.
Well, so the Rabbit's Foot was the rock and roll days, and that was the fun. I mean, it was. People say, I went in there the other night, they look rough. It's like, but they're the nicest people in the world.
Yeah.
You know, the rock and rollers are great people,
Yes,
and we had fun there.
Yeah.
McCain's was the fun times in the 90s with the dancing and all the great country music that went rock.
Yeah.
That rock country sound was fun too, and that was another great time of fun people.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. What is your fondest memory of all of those years? Do you have one?
Not one.
Okay.
Just there were so many great times with so many great people.
Yeah.
I had people who worked for me for 10, 20, 30 years.
That's amazing.
And it was one big, and I'm still best friends with a lot of the people who worked there.
Yeah.
So.
And that's pretty good. That's a good testament to a bar owner, especially, that, it was that you have maintained relationships over all these years. So you guys have gotten together since how many times over the past?
It's been about 4. This, I think, is the 4th reunion we've done. And there's no set time. Every once in a while, somebody goes, let's just do one.
Yeah. And so what brought this one on now? Just somebody saying it's been a while?
Yep. We've gotten together, saw a couple. There was an event, Ron Ross and his wife had put on an event, Christmas Cash for Kids.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody in there was like an old Rabbit's Foot, McCain's person. And we just started thinking, we should do this again. We can do it here. And then Jeff Shore, who had been a doorman, talked to the Moose, and they said, sure, you can have the room, we can do this. And then it blew up. And we said, oh my God, we've got seating of 200, capacity of 200. So that's when we moved it out to Vanish Hall.
Right. So now there is a reunion happening this Saturday, right?
Correct.
So, it'll be tomorrow when you're watching this. What time and what are the details?
The doors open at 5. The first band goes on at 6. There's 4 bands.
Wow.
And the last band ends around 11.
Okay. So what bands are playing? Do you know?
Yes.
Okay.
You had to ask me. But
okay. I should have told him I was going to quiz him.
Motor Smoke, Joyride, Nowhere Fast, and Slipback.
Oh, okay. I recognize Slipback.
And we had like 8 bands that wanted to come, but we said, okay, which bands has the most guys that actually played at the Rabbit's Foot?
Okay.
And that's how we kind of chose
so these were all people who...
Oh, half the members of each band actually played at the Rabbit's Foot.
I love it. I remember Ladies' Night at the Rabbit's Foot.
Those
were popular. What was that like, implementing that?
So for about 16 years, every Wednesday night we had male dancers.
Yeah.
And that's part of the legend and the culture of the Rabbit's Foot, that everybody, if you grew up around here, you went Thursday, Friday, Saturday for the rock and roll bands.
Yeah.
But you came on Wednesday nights with your mom and your grandmother for the male dancers. So it just became
You are not kidding.
Yeah. And eventually, but moms would show up on weekends with their kids and having fun too. So it was a weird culture.
It was very weird culture, and but it was so fun. I don't know what it was about that time, maybe because it's so long ago. Maybe I don't remember as clearly, but it was a great time always.
Well, you were allowed to have fun in a bar back then.
Yeah, well, you
could
definitely
push the envelope, and you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, you were. What is it about the bar business that you maybe miss now that you're kind of working the shirt and collar job?
Well, I always worked a shirt and collar job.
Yeah.
They always called me Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. So during the day, I was doing my banking and real estate. At nighttime, I had the bars. For me, it was always a business.
Yeah.
And I liked entertaining people and making sure people had fun.
Yeah.
And I didn't drink when I was working. The staff was not supposed to be drinking.
Yeah.
Normally they didn't.
Yeah.
And we maintained a good place for people to come and have fun and be safe. Single
Yeah.
women always felt safe there.
Yeah.
We just presented a persona. This is where you can come to have fun.
Yeah.
Let your hair down. I don't care what you do for a living, how much money you make, how much you don't have. In here, everybody's the same. You're having fun.
Yeah.
And we kind of just pushed that persona in both places, and it always worked.
Yeah, well, it must have been a winning record, because to stay open for that long and to maintain, great crowds, and it was always a fun time. That's pretty good story, I think.
Yeah.
Is there anything you miss?
Well, I'm still single, so miss that side of the fun life.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
But no, it's just
Yeah.
we always making new friends, always meeting interesting people and having
Yeah.
fun. And it was, at the end of the night, you laughed, you had fun, and it was. I don't miss going to bed at 3 or 4
I
o'clock
was
in the
just
morning.
going to say, the
Yeah.
hours can't, especially now, I wouldn't miss those.
No,
but,
not at
yeah.
all. Getting up at 6:30 is so easy right now.
That's great. Well, where can people find you now if they're looking you up?
Facebook, I'm all over Facebook.
Yep.
I work for a company called CBM Mortgage.
Yeah.
So, and I do great deals for anybody from the old days.
There,
You
yes.
know, I
There you go.
You get the friends and family rate on pricing and everything else. So that, and it's funny because I've worked a lot with friends and their children, and I'm now starting doing third generation of
gracious.
mortgages for people and helping them out.
Yeah.
And that is the actual fun part of it all too.
Yeah, because you get to relive the memories and then help people in their next journey. That's pretty
Oh,
good.
yeah, did my dad actually, or did my mom?
Yeah, for real.
I don't remember.
Yeah, right. Well, look, if you want to attend the Rabbit's Foot reunion, is tomorrow. It is at the Vanish Hall, right? That's what it's called?
Right,
in Boonesboro.
At Branded Chop House, Vanish Hall. So
Branded-
the restaurant's in front and the hall's in the back.
Okay, so it is they're open to the public now?
This is the third weekend they've been open.
Oh, wow. Excellent. So you guys are really going to break it in.
Oh, yeah.
Well, look, head on up to Boonesboro. Check out the Rabbit's Foot reunion. It's going to be a ton of fun. A lot of great live music, and probably people, if you've been around Frederick at all, you will definitely recognize there.
Definitely.
I want to thank George for sitting
you.
with me today.
Thank you so much.